Pros. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Britt Marie's Basketball Breakdowns. Today we have a special one for you guys. We have 2015-2016 Defensive Player of the Year / Player of the Year who played a couple of seasons overseas. In addition, he also played a couple of seasons with the Long Island Nets, the G League, entrepreneur, Delawarean, real king stand up.
Yeah, you gotta gas it like that.
We got Kendall Gray on this Zoom call. What's going on, Kendall?
What's up with you? I appreciate you having me on.
No problem. Okay, so just kind of like going off of what I just said as far as 2015, 2016 Defensive Player of the Year / Player of the Year, you grabbed, you had 33 points, 30 rebounds, and you are on the NCAA list for grabbing at least 30 rebounds or more. And that still stands today. How do you feel about that? What was going through your head during that game? What's going on?
What's going on? First, that was my last official collegiate, game outside the tournament. But it was a crazy day. It was a snowy day. We didn't even know if we were gonna have the game because it was snowing so bad down in the Baltimore area.
Mm-hmm.
So game time comes around, nobody's in the stands. It's probably like 10, 15 people just because the game was supposed to be canceled. But
exactly.
I was just like, all right, let's do this. Yeah, so it just started off like I just didn't get tired. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just my last game, but
yeah,
I had like 11 or so rebounds in the first half. And I always told myself that I was going to grab like 30 rebounds. I had a couple 20-plus rebound games. I'm just like, I got to get 30 by the time I get out of here. So,
okay.
I don't know. It was just God took over and it just happened.
I heard that. I mean, 30 rebounds. I don't think that I don't even think that you see that nowadays. I mean, I honestly believe, and it's just me. I mean, I don't know what you would think about it, but nowadays, you're 6'10", you gotta be able to shoot the three. You have to be able to dribble, be creative, things like that. But do you feel like that nowadays that's kind of like a lost art as far as, big man back to the basket?
I mean, for sure. Like you said, the game is expanding. Big man shooting threes, dribbling up the court, damn near playing point guard. So it's like,
yeah.
Gotta expand your game. But guys like Dennis Rodman, you know what I mean? Everybody watched the Michael Jordan documentary, the little series. He wouldn't even shoot the ball and would grab like 25 rebounds, and he's a Hall of Famer. So it's pretty much a lost art for sure. But guys, it's also mental. It's more mental than anything. You gotta go want to get the basketball.
That is true. I can only imagine as far as big men just grabbing those rebounds offensively as well as defensively. So that in itself is incredible. I still recall. I mean, I was in Delaware when that happened. I still recall the headlines. Delaware State News, New Journal, like they was all on it. Like
it was wild because after the game, because my teammate also, Amir May, he also had 40 points. So it was like we kind of got coincide like headlines at the same time. ESPN started tagging us. Our friends started tagging us on Twitter and Instagram. It was wild. Like,
it was wild.
It's something I'll never forget.
So do you feel as if do you think that if you kind of had those skills as far as being able to shoot the three, being able to dribble, and I'm not saying that you couldn't do that then. I'm sure you could, but just more of it. Do you feel like that could have, I guess, made you a little bit more marketable as far as for the league itself?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anytime you can improve your game and help yourself, like you said, in the market aspect, like yeah. Me being able to shoot the ball, that would have been raised my stock 100 times more. You know what I mean? I didn't really shoot the ball. I didn't have to in college because you know what I mean. I was pretty much one of the biggest guys out there. But I just played my role. I always had skills, but I just played my role because we had scorers on the team. So
Right. That's
I
true.
was just the guy, to come in and do what I do. Also, I could score the ball, but that just wasn't my. We had a guy that he was number 6 in the nation in scoring, so that was majority of his job.
No, that's true. I think that's important as far as like you said, playing your role,
Right.
knowing your role, because again, it is a team. So it's good to know, even though you can do that, that wasn't necessarily your role at the time.
Right.
So has that translated into you playing professional? Like, is that what you is? I mean, because as a pro playing overseas, I mean, you're one of the go-to guys. I mean, you're an American import, so like you're one of the go-to guys. Has that? So are you now becoming more of that scorer?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think quarantine helped a lot. Now, I mean, we all going through hell right now with quarantine.
Right.
Everything that's going on right now. But it helped me a lot because I actually sat down and I had to think and use my imagination because there was no courts open, there was nothing. So, and everything started to slow down for me, like simple things as far as, even keeping your elbow tucked. I didn't even understand that until just now. I started doing it, just practicing in the crib. I was like, oh, this is what it means. Like,
Yeah.
my whole time playing basketball, everything just slowed down for me, especially during quarantine. So it was just, I had to use my imagination a lot more, which has helped me tremendously.
So are you working with any trainers? Are you
just working with my college teammate from my first couple years, Taj Tate. He played at Dell State, and he now he kind of trains kids up in Buford, Georgia.
Okay.
A gym up there called the Lab. So he helps me out a lot. He one of the coldest people I ever seen touch basketball. So any type of knowledge I can get from him is crazy.
Okay, so as of right now, what do you feel like you've added to your arsenal to like make you more marketable for the next season coming up?
Just details. Just focusing on the details. Every shot has to be the same way. I've been working on my handles. Just being outside, just dribbling around. That helps. Just dribbling around. I was once like dribbling miles around my crib. Just to help. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's all imagination for me. Like,
okay,
I've actually just sat down and thought of different ways I can do things without having a basketball court. So I'm shooting on a court with no court there. So it's just, I'm thinking a lot more.
Wow. So how did the Long Island Nets come about?
Long Island Nets. All right, I got a little story.
Okay, excited.
After college, I went to Germany. Things started off real well, but I got injured in preseason tour with my calf muscles.
Okay.
So, that kind of sidelined me for a few months, and I couldn't really never recover. Then on top of that, that was my rookie season. And, a lot of stuff happened, that, that I learned from. So that was the biggest thing. So that I ended up coming back home. And my second year, after I recovered, went to Poland. And the same thing happened, except it was my opposite calf muscle that tore. So it was kind of defeating at this point. But, my mom, I just prayed a lot, and I was just like, I can't stop now. So, and the opportunity just came about where my agent was just like, yo, we want you to come into training camp with the Long Island Nets. So I was like, shit, the G League, that's getting me close to the league where I wanted to be at anyway. So I'm like, I'm not. So I prepared for that and just, came in great shape, just prepared.
Right.
Prepared for that. And, that was probably one of the most fun experiences in my life, just as far as my teammates, the organization, being around the Brooklyn Nets players like all the time. It was challenging, but it was a great experience for sure.
Okay. So I'm sure you also enjoyed playing in front of your family, being able to see you play, because in overseas, you don't get that luxury. You don't get that opportunity. Maybe if you fly them out, but again, day in, night in, night out, you don't get that experience.
For sure. And it was like my first, like you said, my first time being my mom, she came to the game often. New York is about 4 hours away from, Long Island is about 4 hours away from Dover. So it's like she came up all the way often. And then we played at University of Delaware, the Sixers D-League team.
Okay.
So that was kind of a homecoming too for me. It was crazy. We went off a buzzer beater.
Okay.
Isaiah Whitehead, he hit the buzzer beater.
Wow. So I know that you had touched on as far as injuries. I mean, you had your fair share, it seems like. I mean, even the beginning of your college career, you was kind of battling with some injuries as well.
It was my first year. I was a red shirt, came in as a red shirt, and then that following year, that was the class with Anthony Davis and everything. So 2012, 11-12.
Okay.
So my first year, I come in ready, hot before the tournament. Yeah. I'm behind Anthony Davis in block shots. Like,
what? Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Yeah. And then next thing you know, I ended up tearing my meniscus. Which sat me down for the tournament, so I couldn't play in the tournament. Well, it sat me down for like the last 10 or so games plus the tournament. So, and then after that, I didn't even get hurt until, like I said, my first year out. But
wow. So it was like, so in your mind, do you feel like you're like, man, like I can't seem to catch a break? I mean, you were injured. One of your first years, early years in college, and then you had this crazy stellar performance throughout your entire senior year, put you on the map. I mean, Kendall Gray, and then your first professional career, your first career as a professional. Now you're injured. So how did you cope with that? I mean, and then not just that, but you said like one year you tore your calf, and then the next year it was your other calf. You're like, come on, like, can I catch a break? 2 steps forward, 25,000 steps back. What do I do? Like, how did you cope with that mentally?
It was to the point where I almost didn't want to play basketball anymore. Like, okay. It almost got to that point, but I told myself and my mom, she helped me out a lot. Then I have my little brother, like, he plays basketball. If he see me quit when, things get rough, then it's going to be easy for him to quit. So it's like, I'm a role model, I'm tough, and, nothing really hold me down. I'm not going to let anything defeat me, especially if I have my mind and something, like, I'm not going to let anything defeat me. So
there was a time when you felt like, and it was that you felt like you wanted to give up, but you persevered through that.
Yeah, I can't, and I'm from Dover. Like a lot of kids, you know how Dover is. A lot of kids kind of look up to me in that aspect of just playing basketball. Even if I don't know them, they just know me from like playing basketball. They know I'm traveling from place to place. So I love being a role model to kids. Like, in addition to you feeling like you wanted to kind of give up, like, what's the point? Couldn't really experience your professional career the way that you wanted to. Did you feel like you felt that way because of the pressure? I mean, because think about it, like 2015, 2016, you're coming off of a crazy season, mm-hmm. And not just pressure. We already deal with the pressure that we as athletes put on ourselves, right? We have to be good. We have to be really good. Just for the fans, just for the coaches that we play for, the teams that we play for. But the pressure from, like I said, from outside, Kendall Gray, he's with the Long Island Nets. Kendall Gray, he 33 and 30. Kendall Gray, was that, you think, the pressure that you was also putting on yourself as well? Yeah, like you said, as an athlete, you gotta put pressure on yourself. But it wasn't to the fact where I'm never worried about outside noise. Like, okay. That's never been my thing. I always know what I need to do better. I hate, like I said, like as an athlete, you hate when you have a bad game, or you just hate when you just know when you can do something and you don't do it. Exactly. So that's been my biggest deal. Like, just be confident in yourself. You know how to play basketball. You've been playing basketball, so I don't really listen to much outside noise. I just do what I do. And now I'm building on like skills and stuff. So now I'm more confident in my ability. Okay. How are you with the whole COVID? I mean, has that slowed up the process with your agent? Yeah, a little bit. Because the market's just now really opening back up, but not really because just everything that's going on. You never know. They're talking about having a second wave of COVID. So, like I said, it's pretty scary, situation. But you got to make sure you're prepared for it all. Like I said, I started a business, an Airbnb business, so that kind of took my mind off of basketball and putting, like you said, just put my mind somewhere else, and then financially just setting yourself up for the long run. So I'm working on multiple things. I'm probably driving myself crazy, but I'm working on a lot.
No, I mean, it's like honestly, it just seems like it's like a blessing in disguise because it allows you to, even though COVID kind of shut a lot of things down. And, there's times when, obviously as an athlete, they say you always got to have a plan B, because you're always going to make it to the league. You're not. But at some point, even if you do make it to the league, the ball is going to stop bouncing at some point.
Right.
And so one thing that I love about you is that during this time, you made it a point to explore other avenues. And in this case, it's the real estate game. And
Right.
I mean, that in itself is a great investment. And so your Airbnb, how is that? I mean, has that, because of COVID, has that slowed down your business?
Not really. People still traveling though. My spot is just a kicking spot. And if y'all want to come out to Atlanta,
Definitely.
holla at me. I'll hit you up with the link in Instagram if y'all want a spot to stay in. Sidebar. But nah, like actually my homie Aunt Miles, like that's one of my right hands. He started it last year, and he was just like, man, it's paid your bills and any profit off it. So I'm like, man, let me give it a shot. So I saved and didn't touch it, put that money to this project right here, and I'm just like, man, let me wait it out, see what's going on. Of course, COVID happened, but people still traveling. If they need a spot to stay at, I'm here.
Nah, I mean, it's definitely admirable because you're using your platform, you're using your gift to again explore and to pursue other passions. I mean, you look at it from all other industries. Like for instance, like you look at Jay-Z. He did the same thing. He was a rapper initially, and then now he owns several businesses. He has his own agency. You look at 50 Cent. I mean, the list goes on. You're not just an athlete. You're an entrepreneur. You're finding ways to use your platform, and now you're taking it to a whole nother level.
Right. I just, like I said, I see all them guys like LeBron, like, the Jay-Z's, that can also venture away from their craft.
Exactly.
And start something else. Why can't I do that? So that was my biggest motivation, just becoming financially stable, having passive income, whatever type of income coming in. So, I can build off this. I can get another one. I can, go out west and get a couple more. So that's been my biggest thing, just learning. I'm also just learning a lot more about rental properties and everything. It's
Definitely.
crazy because they don't teach you this stuff. So.
At all. I'm so glad that you touched on it. No, they don't. They really do not, and I think that they should. No, that's awesome. I'm even looking into doing some real estate as well. I think it's an amazing, and incredible investment. So yeah, no, that's no, that's great. Are you also so I looked on your Instagram, and it seemed as if you were doing some type of protest. You're in Atlanta, right? So are you?
Yeah.
Is that something that
I'm in Atlanta. Of course, I'm supporting what we're doing. I love it. You know what I mean? We're making changes, and it's by any means necessary. We're making changes that need to happen, as far as like even the minor things like statues coming down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it makes a lot of sense. Changing names, like they're trying to change names in the MLB teams, maybe some teams in the NBA that have kind of slave owner names and Native American names. So they're trying to do things. We woke them up. So, I'm saying I'm not whatever we got to do.
Whatever we got to do.
So I'm with everybody. Black Lives Matter, and it's a thing. It is a thing. So Don't get it twisted. We need to be vocal about this, and we need to take action. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thank you for even touching on that, because of just, again, for who you are, just the following that you have, the voice that you have, to be able to, again, just use your platform to be able to talk about something as serious as Black Lives Matter. So definitely appreciate you on that. So yeah, I mean, before we go, I want to do a game with you.
Oh man,
I want to do a game, and you have to be familiar with this because you played Division I basketball.
I played Division. I might be able to do what you talk about. I might. We gonna see that.
All right, guys, let me describe the game. So all right, so I put together a list of college mascots, right? So what Kendall has to do, he has 25 seconds. And what he has to do is, based off the mascot, he has to say what college basketball team it is. All right, and if you're watching this, you can do this as well from where you're watching. But let's see how quick Kendall can do this. All right. Now here's the thing: it's a challenge. So if you don't get it, all right, if you don't get it, I got you. You owe me 25 push-ups.
25?
I mean, that's nothing. I mean, you're a professional. That's nothing, right? 25 push-ups, right there on camera.
Hold on. So what happens when I win? What's going on? When I win, what you got?
I mean, I can give you 25 too if you want.
All right, say that.
All right, so again, 25 seconds. You have 10. It's 10 mascots that's gonna run through, and yeah, you just name them as they go.
All right.
Ready for this? All right. Yep. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Syracuse Orange, Michigan State, Temple Owls.
Nope.
Richmond Spiders.
Okay.
UNC Longhorn.
Okay.
Arizona Sun Devils.
Okay.
Kansas State, Kansas Jayhawks. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Okay.
I don't know who this is. Temple Owl.
All right. Okay. Wait. All right. Now let's back up. You said here. You said Temple there.
Yeah, that's not Temple.
That's not Temple. Who was that?
Was it Dayton Flyers?
Nah, that's St. Joe's. The Hawk never dies. The Hawk never dies.
Okay. All
right. And then here, let me see this one. You said you got Richmond, right? I think you got Richmond.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
That's UMass. That's UMass.
Okay. So I got 8 out of 10.
You got 8 out of 10. I'm actually impressed. You were ready. You were ready for that. That was UMass was tough.
St. Joe's. I didn't know St. Joe's. Yeah,
the St. Joe's one. That was tough. I give you that one. Wow, you did it. I'm actually impressed.
So hold on. So I'm good. That's over 50%. So what do you think? 25?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, you had to get 10 for 10. I'm just saying, but.
Oh, wow. That's what we doing?
That's what I'm talking about, Kendall. That's nothing. You just got your workout in for today.
Dang. I'm hurting. That hurt.
No, like I said, that was impressive. Good job.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for being a good sport. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
With all your experiences, what would you, for any kid pursuing a professional sport, or just trying to make it in varsity basketball, what would you what advice would you give to him or her?
First, work hard, extremely hard. And what I mean by work hard is like school comes first. You know, I was one of them kids that didn't take school as serious at first, so it kind of hindered me my next few years. So I would tell everybody take school, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, you just gotta work hard and don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. That was my biggest thing growing up. Like, people always told me, you're not gonna be this, you're not gonna be that.
Right.
Gotta show them.
And look at you, man. You about to take off. You about to take off.
It's time. It's time. I'm ready.
Well, Kendall, I just want to thank you again for taking time out. I know that you are busy, but I want to thank you for, first of all, just being a great sport in the game. You did great. And just talking to us about just your life and just basketball, injuries, all that. You know, I appreciate, you know, allowing me to pick your brain and you just being completely authentic about everything. So my basketball family, if you love what you see, if you love what you hear from Kendall, are you on any social media? And if so, how can people follow you?
Yeah, on Instagram, Kendall Gray _1, Twitter, 6', 9 foot, Facebook, Kendall Gray. You know, any platform, like it's gonna be Kendall Gray in it. So,
okay,
you know, I shouldn't be that hard to find.
Definitely. Well, like I said, I definitely appreciate it. Everyone, if you like what you see, definitely subscribe to Britt Marie's Basketball Breakdowns. And if you like this interview, hit that thumbs up button.
Don't let the humbleness come up. She's a legend too. Britt is a legend.
Legend.
I mean, she paved the way for a guy like myself to be, you know, all right at basketball. You know what I mean? I kept hearing about her since I was little. So
I appreciate that. Well, thank you. But again, thank you for taking your time out, allow me to pick your brain. Mm-hmm. Good luck on your next season. Good luck on your Airbnb. Guys, definitely follow his Instagram. If you're ever in the Atlanta area, definitely hit him up for this Airbnb. Right. He's getting great reviews already. And the place looks nice too. Oh my goodness.
Dope. It's a dope spot. You're gonna feel like you're at home.
Yeah, it looks really nice. So I may have to check that out. It out.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of you.
I appreciate that. Well, Kendall, thanks again, and I'll catch you soon.